What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 82 of my Total Warhammer 3 Boris Ursus and RuinousInsight campaign. So as we saw last time, Beledna the Defender once more defended Erengrad and destroyed Skrag the Slaughterer as well as his backup armies, leaving Erengrad high and, well, not so much dry because it's a port, but leaving it alright and hopefully able to defend itself for a while. Oh, in fact, we should probably upgrade these things while we're here, and ooh, yes, we're about to get some useful stuff. The Frost Home will give us Warsled and Little Grom reductions, which should increase our cash flow. And on top of that, the Linsk Bridge will increase our income. Well, we probably don't make a lot of trade income, but, you know, a little bit of income is still nice. Then we got markets, we got more growth, because we got to get you to level 5 ASAP. Get that City Watch up and running, and get that Erengrad Harbor for that sweet, sweet cash. Beautiful. Alrighty, anyway, before I got distracted, in addition to that, last time we defended the Temple of Heimkel yet again. Man, this place gets attacked a lot. But we did summon an army to help defend it, though it turned out we didn't really need said army. Now, I think we're probably just going to delete it. It's probably not worth our time to waste the cash on it, so let's take away all this stuff, and let's delete ya. Maybe we'll bring it back at some point. Ooh, also, speaking of witches, Ice Court. Let's continue with this one, shall we? Ice or Tempest, I don't know, and I'm not sure it matters all that much. I wish I knew which one I did last, so do that. And hopefully the reverse next time. You know what I should have probably done? I should have checked how much we have of each. It's about... Oh, wow, we have a lot more of ice, don't we? Although, Beledna the Recruiter doesn't really count as a lord, and you are just a temp lord. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter, because we're just trying to get a lord that's decent. Like you, Svetlana. Yeah, anyway, let's see what else we have to do this particular turn. Boris, you're getting ready to head out to destroy Euresis next turn. This will cause some attrition to you, but I don't think it'll matter. Unless there's a full super stack there, you're gonna be... Oh, hello, Grimtop Camp, eh? Wait, slow down, and oh, hello. Look at this. We might actually get a battle out of Greasus's forces next time. Oh, damn, you should probably just walk up right to the camp. Fine, I'm gonna walk up to the camp. Oh, that's exciting. The garrison plus all the stuff that's outside it. Is Greasus himself here? No, wait, have we ever... Oh, wait. Have we ever defeated Greasus on you? Because it's a really good defeat trait, isn't it? It's like, oh, yeah, we do. Wait, no, that's not it. Yes, it is. Income from trade and income from local buildings, but it's mostly the income from trade that I wanted. Honestly, if we could get this on another lord, that would actually be really swell, but if Greasus isn't here, it isn't really relevant. Now, we don't technically have to kill these guys, it's just that we're gonna, because they're in the way and they kind of don't like us. Also, wait, you, non-aggression pact. There we go. They're not going to like us fighting Greasus, but you know what? We're gonna anyway. There you go. Now, hopefully they'll hate us a little bit less. Ooh, ally stuff. And oh, wow, a lot of ally stuff. Alright, let's get started on this, shall we? Not the outpost, but the missions. Rebel Warplicker, Cristallo, Fogan. We are going to attack... Northern Camp's a little bit far. Will Fogan get drawn in if we attack Norden? I think he will. Let's go for Fogan. Oh, he's only worth 12, though. Why is this garbage camp worth more? Maybe just go after Cristallo. I mean, not really go after Cristallo, but just... We're probably eventually going to kill Cristallo, and same with Rebel Warplicker. You know what? I'm gonna go Fogan. Because he's easiest to reach. And why did that take away all the quests? Wait, we can only have one quest at a time? Well, then I shouldn't have taken that. That's too late. I don't really know how the mission generation works, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, let's continue. Urogny, you, my friend, are going for Krakadorden. Do we suffer attrition by moving here? Yes, we do. Do we still want to move here anyway, normally? I think we also do. Let's risk it. We're gonna go March Stance. I want to move through this, and we're gonna hope that there isn't a full stack with, like, the best units there. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, a little bit of attrition will be worth it. We'll take Krakadorden. We're a little bit far away from here, which makes me a little bit concerned about Mr. Spurt Mildew again. I think what we'll do is we'll delete Masya. And we'll wait on Sioktraken. There you go. Sorry, Masya, you may be back at some point. Then we'll take Svetlana Uritzto, and we're gonna move her to the edge of our territory. And we also gotta build stuff up while we're at it. There we go. You will retake Sioktraken, and if Spurt Mildew lands at Krakadrak, you're gonna try to help Krakadrak out with defenses. Yes. Fortunately, no one's around the Temple of Heimkel again. And our empire keeps growing. And we will definitely need a new army soon, like a proper actual army. Tsarina Katerin. Alright, there's a lot of craziness going on down here. Ooh, could you reach Waldenhof in one round? Yeah, you can. You know what? Go down to Waldenhof, so that these guys can't take it. And then you'll move back up there. Colonize it. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. It's worth it to have these armies just to colonize stuff that you don't want. You are gonna go towards Osterwald. And Tsarina Katerin, oh, this place is not corrupted enough. Meaning we can move through this. As soon as you stop moving, there we go. And then you're gonna move here. In fact, maybe we... We
must take shelter.
We want to probably heal up to full, because the attack on Castle Drakenhof is going to be probably a pretty difficult one. Honestly, I probably should have gone after Konigstein Tower first, but it's too late to think about it now. Yeah. I'm almost tempted to have you take Osterwald, but I feel like you'd lose too many troops. You don't have enough healing because you don't have a Patriarch. Oh, so your regeneration is always going to be very slow. But I don't want to get rid of any more Ice Guard and put a Patriarch in here. I suppose what we could do is put a Patriarch in and get rid of a Snow Leopard and have a second Little Grom. But I kind of like the idea of having Snow Leopards in here. Plus, we have the buffs for Snow Leopard stock on you. Actually, speaking of buffs, we also have skill points available now. We have Shield of Ice, let's get that. And yeah, let's... I feel like Tsarina Katerin wants to have Snow Leopards, so we're gonna allow her to have Snow Leopards. Alrighty, we still gotta get Best of the Court. Ideally, we want to get Ursun's Traditional Skirmishers as well. Although the melee attack isn't a really big deal.
It is mine.
I wanted more missile damage on you guys. Anyway. Wait, did we ever replace you or no? Artillerist, infantry focus, yeah, okay, so 8 for Ice Guard and infantry, yeah, you're really quite good. And then you have better swords and better bows. Yeah, you know, considering the amount of upgrades we have in these two, we really can't get rid of any more of these Ice Guard. They are where they are and where they should be. And those stats are pretty damn solid. We probably can't get any extra armor on them, though. Anyway, Beledna the Defender, you are probably going to attack again, ironically, shortly. But let's make sure that we complete all the other admin work first. Beledna the Crit Failure. Well, there's several things that you could potentially do here. You could probably annihilate or assassinate these units. We could also have you start annoying these armies. And I did want to do that. You know what? Start on this and see how much damage you can do. Ah, there it is. Hey, but it wasn't a crit failure, so, you know. It's something... Whoa. Immortality. I forgot. Really gotta have that. And let's see, Grigory Arebikov, you're moving down to the Dwarven territory. No, you're not. They've closed their rift, which means you're not needed anymore, right? I do believe that's the case. Lovely. You don't need the bodyguard then. And we're gonna delete you. And you know what? We're going to replace you and maybe start assassinating some enemies here. Judicator doesn't even matter. Put you on the field. And Specialist Wound, Hinder Replenishment, Damage Building, Cleanse Corruption, and... none of this helps us assassinate things, right? Corruption, Cleanse, Replenish Troops. 4% chance of wounding target. It is at rank 20 though, so we need something to make this work, but anyway. Hopefully you can assassinate this guy, and then there's a lot more heroes here, although the Beledna is here to deal with them to some degree. And there's some more heroes as well. At least they're low level. 27, oh yeah, okay, fine. Oh, we can only summon Frost Maidens here? What about Zoishank? Yep. Okay, fine. We'll just have Beledna the crit failure do it. What we also probably want to do is have you guys target Hama, Thane, Frost. Unfortunately, it looks like Bozenfels will fall, but you know what? I really don't care about Bozenfels. In fact, let's just cancel this. Although, what if he doesn't go for it? You know what? Maybe he won't go for it. Just in case he doesn't, we'll leave it alone. But if he does, we'll just let him have it, and then Ostland can have their own little province here. Keep the Imperial stuff Imperial, I guess. Anyway, back to it. Evelina Shevchenko, you were the one that was going to increase our money-making capabilities by moving to here, to the Wolflands. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Did I ever give you the items that increase money-making? You have a tax collector. Oh, and I believe you can't carry the other item. You know, just have a priest of tall. You know what? Let's also increase your movement range. You can move faster. Not the campaign line of sight. Not the tax collectors, obviously, or the students or the smugglers, or the servants, or the ritual enforcers, or the old crone, although that should be on somebody. Because of Icasa, that's what I wanted. And you don't need a hedge wizard. Probably delete a few more of those hedge wizards at some point. Administrator... Huh, do we only have one movement range increaser? I guess we do. Okay, fine. Fair enough. I still don't know whether this is actually worth our time or not. 345, will this be worth it? We'll see. We'll see how much this jumps up after we're done that. Anyway, well, let's see what we can build now. Market, yes. Money, also yes. And that's it for the high pass. Next up, Black Fortress. Finally, you've gotten to the next level, which means farm, and it means hallowed wood. That's pretty much it. I mean, we'll get a tool maker and either a church or a... well, actually, that's it. Just a tool maker and a church. And these things will be replaced by farms once you're at tier 5, of course. Alrighty, and I believe that's all the buildings. Ivory Road, do we want to collect income? Nah, still probably not. Ostland, Sylvania, don't collect income here, please. Same with Ostland. Ostermark, why are you collecting income? Where is Fortenhof? Why did I bother to take this again? I don't even remember. I guess we'll take Osterwald. You know what? At some point, we might even just trade these provinces to our ally. No. This is income from farms faction-wide. I'm not trading that. That's ours. We're keeping that one. But anything else, we might. Anyway, unassigned skill points I don't think we need, so it's time for Beledna the Defender to once again, quote-unquote, defend. We're going to attack Norden, although before attacking, as always, let's apply some points. You, my friend, are going to have Devastating Charge and Fervor. And you are going to have Fervor. And more Fervor. Okie dokie. Good enough.
Bride of the ice.
Let's kill Norden. I think we're gonna sack it or whatever. We're not going to, we're gonna destroy, or we, Raising it might actually be the better option. Oh, wait. I wonder, will Falgan run if we try to attack him? He probably will. The only question is, will we still have the range? I'd rather draw these guys out of the garrison and fight this in the field. It'll be a much more fun battle if we get that going. You know, let's try. Let's see if they run or not. Come on, don't run, don't be a coward, Falgan. Yes, very nice. Very nice, another battle for Beledna the Defender, and this time with giants and stone horns aplenty on the field, plus a black coach. Obviously, we're going to make this a cinematic battle because it looks pretty fun. Let's get to it.
Kislev has endured. That is why they will fall.
That's one of the reasons they will fall anyway. Alrighty, here we go. It really seems like Beledna's army is specialized for ogre killing at this point, as we've done so many battles against them. Now, the way that I've set this up is just to have our Zargard and our Demigryphs out front hidden in a little woodland. Otherwise, it's the artillery bombarding their first little army, which, let's face it, isn't that much of a threat, while our main force is all the way back here, for the simple reason that I don't want them to be hit hit by the damn Nobbler Scrap Launcher. In fact, we're going to send all 3 of our lords and heroes, Beledna and her 2 Patriarch minions, out to kill the Nobbler Scrap Launchers, mostly because the artillery can't reach them through the woods. In the same way that we've hidden our Zargard and Demigriffs, they've hidden their Scrap Launcher, though I suppose that does mean it can't fire. But hey, still a little bit annoying. On the bright side, while everybody here tries to go after Beledna and the Patriarch here, the summons, i.e. the Elemental Bear and the Snow Leopard, I said it right for once, go me, are in here somewhere, and they're just going to distract them while we go after the Scrap Launcher. There we go. Plus the artillery is just going to keep bombarding. It is kind of a waste to use both of our summons here and not at all on the incoming enemy force, but I think we'll be fine. As long as the Scrap Launcher is dead, I'm happy. Looks like the Saber Tusks are trying to keep us back from said Scrap Launcher, but it is at half HP, and let's face it, the Saber Tusks should fall fairly quickly. We do have debuffs aplenty, after all, on our heroes there. And I do imagine this force is going to be pretty badly beat up. The Gorgers are in a pretty bad way. I think 2 units of Gorgers are basically dead to artillery fire at this point. Plus, we're going to charge our Demigriffs in right into the back of the enemy. Also got a Ice Sheet and a Heart of Winter going down to kill all of them. I'm actually surprised that Heart of Winter didn't absolutely destroy that Nobbler unit, and I think I just heard the explosion from the destruction of the Nobbler Scrap Launcher. Yes, indeed. There we go. That thing is dead, and the biggest threat to our infantry destroyed, and thus the infantry can move up and in front of the artillery, who are going to now reorient towards the main enemy forces. Obviously, this little garbage force was it never really mattered all that much, minus the Scrap Launcher. There we go. We will have to get our heroes out of here, of course. And here come the Demigriffs, going to chase down some Nobbler Scrap Launcher, or some Nobbler Scrap Launchers, some Nobbler Hunters, Trappers, I mean. Though I suppose the Demigriffs aren't really all that great at chasing down a unit like this. Trap passive aside, but even just killing those models is going to be relatively difficult. Or it's going to certainly take a lot more time than killing an Ogre Bull unit. It looks like the enemy Lord as well as a couple Gorgers remain alive, but the other unit of Demigriffs has surrounded them, and together with the Lords and Heroes should be able to take care of them. In the meantime, the enemy army has arrived, and there are 3 Stonehorns that are heading directly towards us, plus 2 Giants. So lots of big boys for us to focus down, plus once again, unfortunately, 2 Nobbler Scrap Launchers. With regards to those, we're going to send in our Demigriffs to deal with them, but the big boys have to be brought down by our combination of guns and cannons. Huh, nice firing. Can't even really see the ones that they're trying to hit. Oh, there we go. Cresting that ridge right there with those Stonehorns. Damn, the Stonehorns are huge, considering the distance. Alrighty, Scrap Launchers targeting our Streltsy, as they usually do. Let's see the damage on those Stonehorns so far. Looks like, oh no, we're going to target the Black Knights with our great cannons. That's why I couldn't quite see what they were targeting. The little Groms, as we can see, are targeting the 2 Stonehorns, separate units so that they don't interfere with each other, and the Black Knights are being targeted with the great cannons. Huh, I kind of like the color scheme of the Disciples of the Maw and the Black Knights. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. And there we go, slow them down a little bit with that Ice Sheet, and our Lords and Heroes are getting closer to stop the enemy in their tracks. Looks like one of the Stonehorns, as well as some Saber Tusks, have found our Zargard in this forest for some reason. I don't see why they'd want to do that rather than charging our main line, but hey, I suppose that's their prerogative. Our Demigriffs are closing the distance with the enemy Nobbler Scrap Launchers, and luckily for us, these 2 are both together, so hopefully we can disable both of them and prevent them from doing anything. Otherwise, over on this side, we have another Stonehorn as well as a Black Coach that are trying to, I guess, hit the Patriarchs and the 1 unit of Demigriffs that are killing the Tyrant. Well, good luck to them. See how that works out for them. Alrighty, here comes the Stonehorn without half HP, but now it's going to head into a lot of gunfire, and it's going to drop extremely quickly. There we go, down it goes from half HP in about, what, 5 seconds? And the same thing's gonna happen to these Iron Guts, no doubt. You don't want to be charging up this hill into this much gunfire. Which is, I guess, why the Black Coach and stuff were trying to flank us. Yep, down go all those Iron Guts. Next it'll be the Slaughtermaster, who actually did manage to reach our line, though our Lord, the Ice Switch, is here. And yeah, it's a level 28 Slaughtermaster. Oh, plus the Streltsy are still able to fire on it. Bravely standing in line and still firing while the Scrap Launcher still hits them. There we go, another couple of volleys and this guy's gonna be dead. The other Stonehorn looks like it's actually managed to lose against those Zargard, and probably a little bit of support fire from us as well, so good job there. And I believe one more Stonehorn out here, completely surrounded by 2 Patriarchs and Demigryphs, is almost dead as well. Yeah, I feel like the units of Demigryphs were a really good choice for this army. It's worked out really well for us in all the battles against the Stonehorns and all that sort of stuff. Now, granted, we essentially picked them for this purpose, but, well, I mean, it worked out in that we did. And there we go. There we go. Actually turned out to be a very easy battle, perhaps unsurprisingly, considering the numbers of the enemy, merely a stack and a half, but the fact that none of the Stonehorns or the Giants managed to accomplish really anything is pretty damn nice. There we go. Now these Giants are going to run away. They're too slow as well. They are slower than the Stonehorns, and thus they never really were able to do anything. Though good job to these Demigryphs for disabling those 2 Nobbler Scrap Launchers. While they didn't manage to kill them, they stopped them from firing and dishing out too much damage. I mean, look at our infantry line. One of our Streltsy units lost 9 units and maybe 25% HP, and thus the damage is completely negligible. Also, good job to you guys for just obliterating that Stonehorn that ran into the trees and got itself completely surrounded by 2 heroes and a unit of Demigryphs. Alrighty, well, we might as well just speed this up a little bit and watch the Giants die. This one's gonna get gunned down by cannons. It just keeps getting knocked down. And there we go, down for good. The other one's surrounded by the Demigryphs somewhere. Oh, as well as our Lords and Heroes, too. There we go, getting completely swarmed. And dropping pretty fast as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well done, Beledna. A close victory. I have absolutely no concept why the game thinks this is a close victory. Perhaps because, as somebody has informed me before, that it has something to do with the ammunition that you've expended in terms of the calculations, calling it a close victory. But we're a hybrid army, and we still had lots to give if the battles were to continue. I think we could have handled yet another one of those armies if it came in as reinforcements, in addition to what we handled just fine. But anyway, good job, everybody, regardless of what this thing says. Alrighty, well, once again, Beledna is victorious with pretty damn minimal losses. Let's get Salyak Provides, and then, you know what, I don't even remember what buff Beledna actually has. Oh yeah, mission successful. What do you have? Weapon strength for infantry, income from buildings, and martial income. Oh, melee attack. Well, that's interesting considering the type of army that she has. I suppose at some point maybe we can swap some stuff out. Although that does make the hybrid units essentially better in melee, which is kind of interesting, even if it doesn't buff their ranged capabilities. I was going to swap out some of, or at least one of the armored Kossars for another Zargard at least. I might still do that, though. Anyway, you might want to just raise Norden now. This one should be auto-resolvable. I don't see... No, wait, Lightning Strike makes us tired. Don't do that. Auto-resolve this. We're probably going to take more damage from this than we are from the actual fight. Then we will raise the place, rather than capturing it. Mostly to create a ruin barrier. And wow, you moved far. Why did you move so far? Very weird. Interestingly enough, we're now in range of Salzenmund, but we can't hold it. It's completely surrounded. We'd have to have Beledna the Defender just sit here and defend, and she's busy. She needs to go back up here. We have to get Troll Country before we head up to Nordland. Basically, we need another army here, which we, as yet, probably cannot afford. though soonish, I think, since we're getting a lot of buffs lately. Although we just lost... Yeah, we're about to lose Lost Cargo, we just lost the other thing, the Realms of Chaos thing, so yeah, a little bit iffy on that. Otherwise, for this turn, it doesn't look like we need to do anything. Serena Catherine, yeah, just stay as you are. We'll keep taking Sylvanian territories. Oh, can't wait to get that Castle Drakenhof. Which would be very nice. Hopefully the dwarfs don't come down here and siege it before we do. Go back and retake Nashrak's lair. I'm just checking if there's anything else that we need to do, and it doesn't look like it. Alrighty, unassigned skill point, skip unassigned, or outpost thing, skip. 2 more turns until that ducat thing, and I'm still very curious about that. +1 Frost Maiden, and okay, our income should go up a little bit over this end turn, unless I'm mistaken about something. Alright, Flaming Scribes, Ostermark, Sturland, Vissenland, Sarl, you're going to attack at Bozenfels. Close defeat, eh? I feel like it's lying in the sense that it's unlikely that we'll win, but you know what? Last stands are always fun, and you guys have commented that you enjoy watching them as well, so if it is indeed a last stand... Man, I said last episode I was going to summon a temporary lord here, and then I forgot. Oh well, too late. Anyway, last stands are fun. Might as well make it cinematic. Go. Huh. I thought I could hear echoing like there were multiple speeches given, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was just the one speech echoing. Anyway, here we go. The last stand of this little tiny garrison. I don't imagine they have much of a chance to win this, at least not with their current numbers. Mostly because the enemy has the troops that are a little bit too elite for us to deal with. 2 Frostworms alone is already quite a lot for this army, though we will obviously try to focus them down and make sure that they don't come back if we can manage to do so. On the bright side, the high buildings might be an advantage for us as well as a disadvantage, in the sense that it's going to be hard for the enemies to get their frost breaths going, but it is also going to be hard for us to shoot our... there we go, that's what I'm talking about. It's also going to be hard for us to get all good firing angles on the enemy. There we go, here come the Frostworms, crusting those buildings and coming down. Fortunately on our armored Kossars and not on our regular... Kossars, we're also going to summon our Elemental Bear to try to distract the charging enemy. He's going to breathe right into them. Nice little breath preventing that charge. And yeah, I do hope that I can make an army at some point, in some way, with Norskin and Kislev units at the same time. Wouldn't it be nice to have Ice Worms, or Frost Worms, and Ice Trolls, and then Elemental Bears, and Snow Leopards, and all that sort of stuff? I hope at the very least they make a rogue army of some sort that has access to all the ice units, basically. Because, yeah, I'm sure Throg would love some of these Kislev units. Or hey, maybe the Kislevites would love to tame some of the Frostworms and all that sort of stuff. There we go. The second of the Ice Worms drops down, and let's see what their HP is like. This one's actually in a pretty bad way, dropping down to lower than half and is wavering already. That is the one we are focusing down, however, with pretty much everything we have, while the other one just keeps attacking those poor armored Kossars with complete impunity, rather. Obviously, we're not going to be using our Patriarch here, because, you know, a couple hits from any of these guys would kill it, and it looks like the Elemental Bear did manage to do quite a number on those Norskin Ice Trolls, who are also wavering, terrified, and trying to get the heck out of there. Good job, Summon. That's why you're, well, it's one of the reasons why you're so valuable. Alright, back to it. Everybody keep trying to shoot this damn Frostworm. At the very least, once again, I want these guys dead. Ooh, and it looks like those demon nets are in the process of being banished, yeah. Too bad we could only summon one of these elemental bears. If we could summon another one, that might have you know, really helped us hold off both of the sides of the enemy. Of course, the main force is still over on this side. This is just an appetizer. Yeah, it had a lot of their elites, their monstrous units, but you know, this is still going to be the major issue. So we'll see what we have left after we've dealt with all this. It looks like the enemy demonettes are gone for good. I expect those Norscan ice trolls to come back. We're also going to try to shoot down that frost worm before it comes back itself. Obviously, if we allow it to come back, it'll probably get another frost breath going. So we really want to knock it out of the sky before it can do that. Especially as it now has the angle instead of the buildings blocking. Come on, guys. You almost got it. It's turning around again. Looks like we managed to knock it, knock that leadership out. And... I think we only have one unit shooting it now, but there we go. Down goes the frost worm. Beautiful, and the second one died at the same time as well. Well, I wanted to see the one fall from the sky. Looks like the Norscan ice trolls are going to come back and going to smash into our armored Kossars over on this side and into their flanks as well. Though they are now being focused by quite a lot of Kossars, so I don't think they're going to be around for too much longer. And plus, quite a few of them are going to drop. And there we go, they're done with that. And they're going to try to run away as well. And our tower has come up in addition to all that. The piercing tower going to start shooting down into the units down here. We had to use our Kosovo dervishes. We can see the corpses all here to block this while we were dealing with the frostworms and all those other units. Sort of worked in the sense that it did delay the enemy long enough for us to get an armored Kossar unit back here. But obviously the Kosovo dervishes had to all die to achieve it. Unfortunately, it's starting to look like the Norscan ice trolls might get away. A few more volleys would do it, but I'm not sure that we can make it happen. Yeah, the building's in the way now. Just in the same way that the buildings were in the way of our Kossars before. Damn, also all of those fireballs continuously coming in from those Fimir Bale Fiends and the Chaos Sorcerer Shaman, or whoever was doing that. Oh, it's another Bale Fiend, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And damn, the Bale Fiends they're really heavily armored, aren't they? Well, 65. Yeah, it's taking quite a lot to bring them down. I mean, we've been trying to focus them down with 2 or 3 units of our Kossars, and, well, partly it's because they're missing a lot of their shots, and partly because our own troops are blocking the way, but it's almost as tough to bring down the Fimir Bale Fiend here than it is as it was to bring down those Frostworms. Enemies firing back with some javelins as well, and their lord is in here on his chariot. And now he's heavily armored, 110. Yeah, basically only the piercing tower could do anything about that, but we still have a lot of enemy units to contend with. Berserkers as well as skin wolves in here. They've broken through our first line of armored Kossars and are now being held back by the reinforcing line, as well as a unit of regular Kossars with spears. I'm also keeping our Patriarch right back here behind this little wall where hopefully he can't be attacked by anything, just to provide his leadership aura to everybody nearby. But unfortunately, this blob appears to be too much and they might break it through. In addition to that, we got more enemy units coming in, as well as some Marauder Horsemasters who have flanked us and are now using their javelins. We have 2 units essentially that can still fight, 1 unit of Kossars and 1 unit of Kossars with spears. Still gonna make it happen with regards to at least some arrow fire, but it's looking like we're not going to be able to hold. I somewhat regret building the piercing tower in this location. I thought that would just be able to fire down really well, but it only achieved some stuff. Maybe it would have been better if I had used a non-piercing tower, a catapult tower, a magic tower rather. Hard to say. Hard to say. Anyway, it looks like the enemy Berserkers are, well, down to 25% HP, but unfortunately the rest of our army decides that they will no longer want to fight. These guys actually got absolutely destroyed by those 2 units of Marauder Horsemasters. Their javelins ripping those relatively fragile Kossars apart. And with only 1 unit essentially left on the field, our units are no longer willing to hold. Yeah. Somewhat close, but we can still see that they had a full unit of Marauder Hunters back here and a unit of Marauder Spears. So, well done. You guys have said it's fun to watch these last stands, and I definitely agree. And I still think they did a pretty good job. I mean, this army is not going to be too viable after this, especially to take anything other than a territory like this, because, well, we had no defensive buildings here, and we had really nothing here, and it was an irrelevant territory as well. But still, worth fighting. Maybe it'll also help our allies out with regards to taking back this territory. Let's see. Alright, well, certainly a valiant defense at Bozenfels, and it came somewhat close at the end. At the very least, we managed to destroy 2 of their Frostworms, a Fimir Bale Fiend, and a Sorcerer. Sorcerer, Shaman, Sorcerer. So, at the very least, oh, plus a Demon Nazian. At the very least, this army should no longer be viable. Oh, and they've captured it? That's actually somewhat good. Ally mobilized against... Oh, man, the AI just keeps going into the realms. Oh, I guess they all want 4 souls, huh? Not that it does anything. Weird that they never programmed the AI to essentially stop doing that. So yeah, hopefully these guys just retake Bozenfels, considering it's part of their main province. Not that I wouldn't mind having Wolfenburg and its gold mine to ourselves, but, well, it's probably not in the cards anyway. Oh, Kusel has salt. But it's probably also too far from our provinces. Anyway, with that, mission aborted. With that, wait, what's up with the Ataman? Oh, did we lose an Ataman? No. Atamans don't depend on the number of territories they depend on provinces, so no. We did not lose an Ataman. Province first for you, buddy. Oh, what was I going to say? Ah, yes, I guess with that, we're going to have to call this episode. There's some pretty interesting, pretty interesting stuff to do for next episode that we don't really have time for right now. At the start of next time, we will probably declare war on Greasus and have Boris attack at Grimtop, and then start moving through these territories, and then taking Oracles of Tzeentch territories, most importantly, I guess, the Great Hall of Greasus. Otherwise, Beledna has now to move back away from Norden back into Erengrad, and let's also upgrade this while we're at it. Back into Erengrad, though we could take Salzenmund. I don't know, I'll think about it. Wait, walls? I thought ogres were incapable of having walls. Huh. Interesting, if true. Anyway, we really need to move up here and destroy these stupid little armies belonging to the Legion of Chaos, as well as these Coronate forces up here, so most likely we'll need to get Beledna back here to deal with it. Or in the alternative, we could start building a different army at Prague, and... wait, maybe not even at Prague, maybe at Kislev itself, because we can get Iceguard and Zargard out of these armies, and then start sending it out here. I don't know, I'll think about it, because right now Beledna's a little bit, she's dealing with too much territory by herself. Yarogni might fight, and you might move north and grab Sioktrack, and I'm still a little bit worried about Spurt Mildew, but we'll see. And we'll have to see next time, as there are plenty of locations to fight, and we'll have to pick what we can get to within the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.